of the suffering that you once knew. It feels like the beginning half of your life, maybe the first half of your life. I don't know how old you are, but however this resonates, let me know. It feels like as a child, you had to go through so many traumatic experiences. You had to deal with emotionally unavailable parents. I'm also hearing narcissistic parents as well. And just a lot of trauma in the home in general. It feels like your home life was very unstable. It was very rocky. It was very chaotic and shaky. And you are somebody that, like, when you were born such a beautiful little bundle of light and of joy, okay? It feels like your inner child, like the child that was you in the beginning, was so pure and so beautiful. I mean, that's how we all start anyways, but it just feels like there was something unique about you, something special about you. I feel like your entire life, you've always had this sort of rarity within you, and it's like, I know you know it about yourself too, but it feels like people notice it about you as well. You could have had teachers that like really gravitated towards you, or you could have been, I'm hearing a popular loner, so like maybe you always felt like a lone wolf, you always felt like you were isolated or alone in life in general, but somehow you always found people gravitating towards you, and it just feels like you had this sparkle about you, you had this glow about you that nobody really knew where it came from, but people always knew like that's a special child. Do you know what I mean? That's the energy that I'm getting. You always were this golden child, whether you were the good girl or good boy growing up, or just extra smart or extra talented. Like maybe you could just do things really well too. And I feel like that really irritated a lot of people. Let me know if this resonates with you, but I'm just seeing somebody that's like good at everything. You could be somebody that's good at everything to the point where people genuinely think you're a try hard, or what's the other word? Something achiever. Do you know what I'm thinking of? I feel like you know what I'm thinking of. Overachiever. Thank you. Overachiever, okay? That's the energy that I'm getting. It's like people look at you and they see that just naturally. And the thing is, you know what's crazy about it? You don't even gotta try, babe. You're not even out here trying. You're not even out here putting in that much effort, but it's just who you are naturally. There's something about you that so naturally is just masterful. That is the vibe. You are truly masterful and very skilled at everything that it is that you do. And not only are you masterful and skilled at the things that you do, but you're also just a good person. You're also just a good person. Like I'm seeing you as a kid, you were that kid that annoyed the other kids because everybody liked you and kids got jealous of it. And I feel like you might have struggled with evil. I was going to say either, but evil came out. Evil eye energy is what just came through. So just people really jealous of you, people just hating on you for no reason, people triggered by you for no reason. And you know what it feels like? It feels like you're somebody that is so pure. Like, okay, hold on. Let me get back to that spirit. Hold that thought, because I want to get there. So because you grew up so innocently, so purely, so beautifully, not grew up that way, but you started that way and you had this light about you ever since you were young. But you faced a lot of darkness. You faced a lot of trauma, especially as a child. You had to go through things as a child that not a lot of children have to go through or should ever have to go through. I'm hearing like, I'm not going to get into that, but you know, trigger warning, like abuse, all of that stuff. Okay. So because of the things that you had to endure, normally when a lot of people walk down that path of suffering, it can cause you to become callous. It can cause your heart to close up. And it can cause you to become cold and bitter. And honestly, babe, you have every right to be bitter based off of the things that you experience in this life. But you chose to continue to radiate this innocence about you, this naivety about you. And I feel like right now, you're at a time in your life where what is the word that I'm looking for? You're calling back your innocence. You're calling back your naivety. You're calling back that sparkle, that shine that was within you that you had to dim because of the way that you were raised. You had to dim pieces of yourself because of the trauma and the things that you experienced. And now it feels like a time where you are fully standing in union with your inner child again, babe. That is so beautiful. I really feel like you are at a time in your life where things could be feeling really strange in your life right now as well. Like almost you might be experiencing feeling like you're dreaming, or just feeling like lost in the clouds a bit, or almost, you know what I'm getting? Dissociating. It's like you're living life right now, but it's just very dissociative. It's like you're there, but you're not really there. Mentally, you're somewhere else. You might be like pulled to something else, to like spiritual concepts or something. It just feels like your mind is pulled out. That's the energy that I'm getting. It's like you're existing, you're going to work, you're doing the things that you have to do, but your mind is elsewhere. It feels like you have this burning desire on you, or this burning dream. Ooh, you know what I just heard? You might notice, because I just need you to understand something. Over this last month, especially October for you, babe, was truly transformational. And I don't know if you had a big canon event go on in October, or some big event that pushed you outside of your comfort zone, that pushed you to evolve in a way that it's like, I see that you were always on a steady path of evolution, but something about October pushed you to evolve. And I'm just seeing like these wheels turning and like locking in a way that like nothing can ever be the same. You will never be the same as you were before October. Genuinely, that's how it feels right now. It's like something has truly shifted within how you view yourself. You know what I'm just seeing? It feels like you are really falling in love with yourself for the first time. Oh my goodness. I feel like this whole last year for you has been about learning how to love yourself and discovering who you are. You might have experienced losing yourself in relationships. Maybe you went through a heartbreak or something like that, or friendship loss of a parent, loss of anyone that really caused you to... I'm hearing codependency as well. So you might have been in a codependent type situation with friends or family or a partner in the past, and because of this, it feels like you truly lost yourself. Like, I'm just saying, you started out as such a beautiful, you knew, I keep joking like that. Sorry guys, you knew who the heck you were when you were a kid. It's like, I'm saying you were not afraid to express yourself. Like, I feel like you could sing in front of people, you could go on stage back when you were a child, it's like you were the kids that like at family barbecues, you might have done like little dances with your cousins or something like that to entertain the people. Do you know what I mean? Like, you truly embodied the energy of a star as a child. Wow. And that is the energy that you're stepping back into at this time in your life. That is so beautiful. But I feel like somewhere along the way, like because of this codependent relationship or just really over giving, I feel like you gave so much of yourself in partnership, in family dynamics, in everything in life that you almost lost yourself. Or you truly were like, who am I even? And over this last year, it feels like you really went down a path of discovering who the heck you are. You went down a path of saying, you know what? I am no longer going to give everything on myself and leave myself with absolutely nothing. Okay? Because that's what it feels like you experienced in the past. It feels like you gave to the point where you had nothing left to give even for yourself, but you would still give for other people. And because of that, you built up a lot of resentment for other people, but subconsciously you built up a lot of resentment for yourself. Because when we tend to give to others in hopes, we're giving because we're hoping that we're going to receive what we give out, right? And I feel like whoever you were giving to took for granted what you were giving. Do you know what I mean? The nurturing that you offered, the love that you offered. So it just feels like you might have lost yourself a little bit. And over this last year, you've been learning how to love yourself. You've been doing all the things, okay? You've been studying like self-love and like actually looking into the knowledge behind it, figuring out your attachment style, like doing the healing work. But it feels like, how can I put this? It almost feels like you were just developing all of this knowledge, but maybe it wasn't seeping in to touch you at your core yet. And it just feels like, I don't know why, something with October, something has shifted within you to where that knowledge is no longer just knowledge. It's not just up in your mental space. This is like ingrained within your bones. And I really feel like you are starting to see yourself in a completely brand new light. Oh my goodness. You might look in the mirror these days and be like, wait, who am I? Ooh, is that person staring back at me? I don't know who that is. Like, I'm just getting this energy like you're starting to see yourself for the first time and fall in love with yourself for the first time. You might be like truly, oh my gosh, it just feels like you are coming back into union with your little child self. And I feel like you're no longer allowing your light to be dimmed. And this time in your life right now, the thing about endings, it's a bittersweet feeling. You might be feeling this dichotomy of emotions, this like really polarizing set of emotions right now. Like on one end, you can feel that your entire old life is being pulled away from you. And it's like a beautiful thing. You're like, yes, I'm emerging as this new butterfly and I'm coming out of my cocoon and re-emerging into the world as the new being that I am. And that is such a precious gift. It's beautiful. It's exciting. But on the same hand, it is scary. It's terrifying because you are literally intentionally walking away from everything that you once knew about yourself, from the way that you behave, from your coping mechanisms, from the way that you would speak to yourself. Like, you might be noticing at this time in your life, ooh, this is good. You guys, I feel like you have truly tapped into something to where this November, you're gonna notice that you're just doing things that your higher self, it's like your higher self is pushing you to do things on autopilot right now. So you might notice that there's going to be things that happen. Please let me know and keep me posted this month that like you're just automatically making decisions as your highest self now. It's not something that you even need to put a lot of conscious effort into. It's not, that resistance is no longer there. It feels like you broke down a barrier over this last month that was causing you, oh, you know what it is? There it is, Spirit. Thank you. It's your attachment to your old life. Oh my goodness. It feels like you truly held a funeral for your old self. And maybe you did some sort of like meditation or ritual or something like that. But it really feels like the you that once was, you're now comfortable with letting go of that. And that is so beautiful because I feel like for a long time, you really wanted to hold on to that version of you because it's all you knew. It's all you knew. You only knew how to exist in this world as somebody that was known for their pain, their trauma, their shadows. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like, okay, you know what I'm hearing? You might be somebody that you experience like big trauma in your life. And maybe you made that your identity. Maybe you built your entire identity around your pain. And I just feel like this is why I say it's the beginning of the end. Because the first half of your life was built around this identity. It was built around those wounds. It was built around that pain. But now as you're stepping into the latter half of your life, confirmation, excuse me. Now as you're stepping into this, like the beginning of the end half, and it's not going to be exactly half. I don't know how old you are, but it just feels like you went through the suffering, you went through the dirt, you went through the mud, you sat in the pain, you did it all. And now this portion of your life is going to be completely opposite from what you experienced before, babe. It's going to be completely opposite from what you experienced. And I feel like you're starting to open up to abundance in general, to love, to receiving. And I know this month, and I really hope you keep me posted, that you're going to notice you're just doing things without meeting that same resistance from the past. And I feel like it's because you actually intentionally, and on a subconscious level, it's not even like you're consciously doing it, but subconsciously, you have decided to let go of your old life. And that's beautiful, but at the same time, it's painful. It is painful. So you might be experiencing this dichotomy of emotions to where you're like, I feel so excited for the future, but I'm equally sad and I'm mourning. I'm mourning the life that I thought I was going to have. I'm mourning the person that I thought I was going to be, where I thought I was going to be at this time of my life. You know what it feels like? This feels like complete and utter ultimate self-acceptance in every single aspect of your life. I feel like you're no longer putting things that you used to want or where you wanted to be. Like maybe at this time of your life, you thought you'd have kids by now, or you thought you'd be married, or you thought you'd, be successful or be rich or whatever. And it's like something within you has accepted who you are and where you are. And I feel like you're finally realizing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You are genuinely exactly where you're meant to be. And you're not so attached to your own melancholy anymore is what I'm hearing. It's like maybe a piece of you in the past. Oh my gosh, that just reminds me of my dream. I had a dream last night, and in my dream, someone asked me, they're like, how did you keep on living? Because you guys, there was a time in my life where, first of all, I just have to say, I never thought I would make it to this age. Ever. And honestly, I feel like that's why it's so difficult for me to think about my future sometimes, and to think about like where I want to be and by the time I'm 30 and all this stuff, because I never thought I would make it to 26 ever. And I know that could be dark, and I'm sorry, trigger warning, sensitive message. But yeah, like after I lost my mom and just so many things happened to where I came to a place of acceptance that I just was okay with not existing anymore. Truly, truly. And honestly, the amount of protection I had over me, you guys, because I was hospitalized many times. Like there was things that I put my body through, that I put myself through in hopes of not making it. And because of that, I just accepted that that would be it. So in my dream, anyways, where did this come from? In my dream, somebody asked me, they're like, how did you keep on living? And I said to them, this is so crazy. I forgot this happened, but I journaled it this morning when I woke up. I said to them, it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to not want to be here anymore. And I feel like whoever you are, maybe you experienced this. There's a reason why I'm saying this. Maybe there was a time in your life where you were truly accepting and okay with just not being around anymore. You're like, I don't really feel like anyone would miss me, or like I feel like I could go without existing. And maybe you experienced that before. Sorry guys, this is a sensitive message and I'm trying to get it out properly. But anyways, they asked me in my dream, how did you go on living? And I said, it's okay to feel like you don't want to be here, but at some point, you have to make the choice to continue to live. You have to make the choice. Because if you continue down this path and you're in that depressive state and you're in that fog and in that haze where life just doesn't seem worth living and you don't see yourself as valuable, you're at 1738 again. I know that was confirmation for some people, but ultimately, at the end of the day, the choice has to come from you. Nobody can ever convince you to heal. Nobody can ever convince you to keep going when you don't want to keep going. But I feel like there's a reason why I'm speaking about this, and I don't know what it is, but please let me know. I know this is for somebody in here, so comment and tell me if this part resonates with you, okay? But I just feel like if you came through that moment and now you're at a point in your life where you're consciously deciding to live, to keep going, to be here, to heal, to love yourself, to fall in love with yourself, to remember your inner child, I need you to understand how protected you are. Oh my gosh, I just got like swarmed with so much loving energy. I feel like you guys, if you have passed on loved ones, or if you have like ancestors, I just heard passed on pet, a cat, a dog, like if you have anyone that was not able to continue their story because darkness overcame them, I need you to understand that they are with you. And I need you to understand, and somebody just wrote this for me about my mom, a friend of mine, and just hearing this made me instantly cry, so somebody needs to hear this too. Their stories didn't end with them. Their stories are now a continuation of your stories. And isn't that such a beautiful thing? Or your stories are a continuation of their stories. Do you know what I mean? So if you experience losing anyone, or just loss in general, grief in general, if you're grieving right now, I need you to understand that your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels were there with you to pick you up in those times where you didn't want to be around anymore, okay? They were the ones that helped push you through that mindset. And if you're currently in that mindset, babe, I promise you, the love and support that you have around you, do you even realize how valuable you are? Truly, I really, really, really need you to understand this. There is so much magic that exists within you. Okay, and I wrote a piece. I'll have to read it to you guys. Maybe in my next video I'll read it. It's called The Giant Within. And it's about just remembering how valuable, how innately valuable you are, your own worth here. I need you to understand that if there was ever a point where you didn't feel like you were worthy of existence, you don't have to do or be anything to be worthy, to be valuable, okay? There is nothing you need to become. There is nothing you need to accomplish. There is no partner that you need to have. There is absolutely nothing. You simply existing in this moment is already proof enough that God, that the creator, that source, thought you were special enough to be created. Do you even realize how beautiful that is? They believed that you were worth creation. So the fact that you're even living and breathing and just existing alive at this time right now already shows how worthy you are, how special you are. The divine chose to create you. Isn't that such a beautiful gift and a beautiful perspective? So anytime you're feeling like, I don't know if I hold value, or I don't know what worth I bring to the table or anything like that, I need you to understand. You would not be here breathing, living right now if you were not innately valuable, if you were not worthy of creation, okay? Every breath that you take is proof that God chose to make something as beautiful and as precious as you. You are a gift to this world, my love. So that, I don't know, somebody needed to hear that because that took a turn, but I just want you guys to know you are powerful. You are incredible. I love you always. Oh my gosh. Also, Craig Green, whoever you are, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for sending me a book. Shut up. I feel so spoiled. I can't talk about it. I feel so spoiled these days, you guys. Between the cards that you guys are sending me and the book that I just received, I'm like, oh my gosh. It feels uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to this. And somebody commented this as well, like as a giver, it's very hard to receive. But I am opening up to receiving in life in general. And I'm just so unbelievably grateful for every single one of you guys. So Craig, shout out to you. I love you so much. I'm sending you the biggest hug and appreciation. And I'm just so unbelievably grateful. You guys, this time that I have off, I just want to completely envelop myself. I love studying. I love it. I was not good in school because I was dealing with a lot of trauma, but I've always been really smart, but I just love to learn, and I love learning about esoteric stuff. I love it. Sacred geometry, reincarnation, like just the secrets of the universe. That is my whole vibe. So this time off that I have, I'm just going to treat myself with what I've always wanted to do, which is just fully envelop myself in my studies and just reading these books and learning more and developing more as a being, and then sharing all of that beautiful wisdom with you guys. And I'm so grateful for this path and this journey and this time off.